everyone, it's Amber Spotted Elk at the Paper Owl and welcome to my channel. Today we have some fun carrot DIYs in store for you. I love having a variety of different carrots around in my decor for the Easter spring season, as well as eggs and some other things, but that's another video. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel. Comment below, let me know which of these projects is your favorite. And as always, if you'd like to become part of the Paper Owl family, hit that subscribe button, hit the bells to get notified every single time that I upload. These DIYs are so fun, so affordable, and so easy, so I hope that you give them a try. Without further ado, let's get started.
Hey everyone, so starting out we're using this foam core board from the Dollar Tree and I'm basically cutting it into a carrot shape. So this is a rough cut of a carrot shape because our edges are going to not really be seen and it's acting as more of a base, so it doesn't need to be perfect. I am using scraps of this foam core board, so I had to use two pieces. Excuse me. I had to use two pieces and I'm attaching them with these popsicle sticks to make sure that I have a nice sturdy base. So if you're using multiple pieces, I definitely recommend this. And then I'm using the other side. We're basically going to be attaching these flowers. I've got a few different colors of orange and I've decided to use an ombre effect, and I'm basically just pulling off all of the flowers and attaching them. In that ombre effect, I've got roses, dahlias, and Gerber daisies, my goodness, excuse me. And then I'm basically using their leaves and a couple random pieces of greenery that I've had laying around to make the top of the carrot. So here you can see that ombre effect. I'm absolutely in love with that. And then again, I'm just using the leaves and attaching those at the top end to make the green part of our carrot. And along with the leaves, I found some other greenery pieces that just make it have a little bit more texture. So I'm super happy with how that turned out. Next up, I'm using this fabric and I'm basically pulling off strands of it to give it a nice rough edge so it looks kind of tattered and frayed. And then this is actually the front of a paper pad that I had used and kept, so it's kind of like a poster board thickness. And so if you've got poster board from the Dollar Tree laying around, this would work great for that. You would only need a small piece. I'm making 3 of these carrots this size, and I basically roll it up into that cone shape and cut off one edge so that it's nice and flat. And I'm using this kind of canvas colored fabric with the orange twine, and then I'm using an orange fabric with a white twine or off-white twine, and then I also make another orange one with orange twine, so you can kind of mix and match and do whichever colors make your heart happy. But I take those strands of fabric that I've ripped off and attach them along this cone. Now I wanted that like rough edge, and so it looks really like worn and rustic. So if you like that, great. If you want more, excuse me, you want more clean edges, you can absolutely cut your pieces and make it more clean. I wrap the orange yarn around twice, and I do that, excuse me, I wrap my yarn around twice on all of the carrots. I like just the way that that looks more. Now for the greenery, I played around with a couple things. These are fern pieces from the Dollar Tree, and I love that it's got that darker kind of greenery for the carrot. And then I also took some eucalyptus and other little greenery bits that I had laying around in this other carrot, and I was trying to decide which one that I liked better, and I ended up going with the one on the left, the like eucalyptus and kind of random bits and pieces of greenery here and there. But let me know which one of these that you like, which one that you would have picked. I would love to know. So definitely let me know which one is your favorite. So you can see I've got some piles of different greenery, and I'm basically just kind of mixing and matching and throwing bits here and there. And what's nice is you've got that hole on the one end. And honestly, I was able to stuff these enough that I didn't need to hot glue any of the pieces in. And so, um, if you needed to reuse these for anything, you could absolutely do that. So, love the way those turned out. Next up, I'm using this cotton twine from the Dollar Tree. You get 180 feet of this for $1, and they've got so many different colors and just everything. It's amazing. So, I'm basically taking 9 beads and stringing it on this twine, and I'm going large beads to small beads, so it's got that kind of tapered effect of a carrot. I'm making 12 strands of 9 beads, and then I'm going to be connecting 3 strands together to give it more of that a substantial carrot shape, I guess you could say. So I'm using these colored beads from the Dollar Tree. You could also use plain beads. That would be a cute look. You can see I've got this bin of beads here. A lot of those are from Amazon, and I can link those below. They're a great bang for your buck, especially if you don't want to have to color the beads that you're working with. And I just used this burnt orange from Michael's to color the beads. And so you can see I attached 3 strands together, and I made a tassel out of this green twine from the Dollar Tree, and I added in some various ribbons that I had laying around of different shades of green, just to give it, again, more of that eclectic, more texture, more dimension in the greenery. I'm really liking that look for a lot of these carrots, and so I basically just made a tassel with all of those and attached it to my little beaded carrot there. And so I made 4 carrots like that, and I really love the way that these turned out. It's just a different way to do a carrot, and it's much more textured, and just again, I like having that different aspect of carrots in my decor. So really happy with how these turned out. I love the greenery. Next up, we're using these little carrots from the Dollar Tree, and they are so cute, and I ended up taking the greenery that came out of them. I used that little tool there, which I actually got from the Dollar Tree, and poked a little hole down in the middle to make sure that these little greenery bits could fit in there nicely. Put some hot glue and added them on. So simple, so easy, and it makes these look so much nicer. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with how these turned out. I think I did 3 packages of these carrots to fit in this little bin, but adding this bit of greenery to the top versus what they had in there just makes them look so much more high end. So I took one of the crates from the Dollar Tree. I had already had this painted. Essentially, I just watered down some burnt umber paint from from Apple Barrel, and had the crate that way already. And then I took these Dollar Tree chalkboard stakes and just wrote carrots 25 cents and added it in. This is such an easy project. It's so simple and it's so cute. It's just a great little piece to add to any spring decor. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy with how these carrots turned out, and you can see I've got them like pretty stuffed in that little crate, but you could absolutely do less carrots if you wanted to, and it would still turn out super cute. So next up, these aren't carrots, but I wanted something a little bit extra to add into my tiered tray that we're going to be doing. So you can see I took that extra white piece off of the napkin. So you're working with a very thin piece, and I'm Mod Podging these styrofoam bunnies that did come from the Dollar Tree. They were 8 in a pack, which is amazing. And basically you're just Mod Podging this on here. I tore up some pieces of that napkin, and I did 4 of the little bunnies this way, and I absolutely love the way that these turned out. They're so cute, and it's just a different way to decorate these. I mean, you could obviously do like moss, you could paint them, but I love the way that those turned out. Next up, we're making a beaded garland. I have a beaded garland on hand that I like to kind of change up for the different seasons. So I am adding this twine tassel on one end, and then we're going to be doing one of the wooden carrots from the Dollar Tree that they have as their decorated ornaments. And so I'm going to be doing the Mod Podge effect on that carrot. Sadly, I'm not sure what happened to the footage of me actually putting the napkin and Mod Podge on the carrot, but I have it after it's on. So apologies for that. But basically, I just attach this tassel on one end, and then I'm going to be doing that wooden carrot on the other end. And I wanted to do more of a different look versus just the orange and green carrot. And so you can see this pretty basic wooded garland. I did make this wood bead garland. Oh my goodness. So I did make this a wood bead garland, and I used those beads from the Amazon. So like I said, I'll link those below. It's a great option versus having to paint the ones from the Dollar Tree, and you get a little bit better variety of sizes. And so next up, you're going to see here is my carrot that we Mod Podge this napkin on, and I'm cutting the larger pieces off with scissors. And you want to make sure that this is completely dry before you try and get super close. Otherwise, you will rip your napkin off of your carrot, and that is really frustrating. So I'm making sure this is super dry and just putting some extra heat on it. And then I'm taking my sanding block and getting all of the extra bits and pieces off of there. And this is such a great way to get a nice clean finish when you're using something like this that's Mod Podged on, or even if you're wanting to use like a decorated paper on one of these. Using that sanding block is just such a great tool to get a nice clean finish, because if you're using like your craft knife or your scissors, it's just so hard to get into like those little nooks and crannies on some of these items, that this is just such a better way to do it. So even if you're attaching paper, which would be super cute as well, use that sanding block. Here are our carrots. So I am so in love with this ombre effect. You could absolutely like mix up these different oranges so that it's, you know, just kind of bits of orange, different oranges here and there, which I contemplated doing. I'm really happy with this ombre effect. And then you can see at the top, I used the leaves for the flowers and then some different greenery bits. Again, this these little carrots in this crate turned out so cute. I just used some different greenery bits that I had laying around. I like to keep all the little small pieces for things, for stuff like this. And then I love these beaded carrots as well. They're just so different and just add so much dimension and flavor to this carrot tiered tray. I love it. And here's one of our little bunnies. I'm so happy with how these turned out. They're so easy, so simple, and they're just so beautiful. I absolutely love them. And then here are these are the larger carrots that I made for this project, and I'm so happy. I just bundled these all together. You can see I've got the 3 different colors there. And then I did, again, that eclectic bunch of greenery for the tops. I'm so happy with that. But let me know, again, which one was your favorite. And then I've got this wood bead garland. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. I love always the twine tassel. And then I love how that Mod Podged carrot turned out, just to add a little bit of a different carrot rather than the green and orange, which was obviously a little bit of a theme for this. But I love how the tiered tray turned out, and love having that floral carrot in the background as well. It just is a different take on doing carrots. Like I said, I love having some different pieces that you might not normally think of, and it's just so adorable and so cute. I've got some carrots that I've made, some that I've bought, and it just all turned out so amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please let me know which one of these is your favorite. Let me know which project you're going to try and remake, because again, these were so easy, so simple, so affordable, and I would love to know which one you would try and recreate. Again, I'm so in love with that floral piece. But thank you guys so much for watching, and happy crafting.